Hello, class. How's it going? We are now going to move on to writing poetry lesson 3. All right. We're going to learn about the poetry tool today called a metaphor. And then we're also going to learn today about the poetry form called haiku. What I want you to do today is try to do your best to combine the two. Okay. Every time we learn about a tool and a form, when it's your time to write in your poetry notebook and then try to draft and then revise and then edit and then get to that publishing part, what I want you to do is try to combine the tool and the form. As you're writing your poem in that form, see if you can try to fit that tool in there. All right, use that tool to help you with your poetry. Does that make sense? I hope so. All right, so we're going to talk about a metaphor. All right, a metaphor and a simile are very similar. Okay, a metaphor and a simile are very close together. It's almost like they're siblings, these poetry tools, okay? Remember, a simile is a comparison of two different things using the words like or as. Using the words like or as, all right? Now, a metaphor is also comparing two different things, but not using the words like or as. Remember, I used that example of the snow on the ground looked like a white blanket. All right. I compared two different things, the snow on the ground and a white blanket, but I said they were like each other. I didn't say they are each other, right? So when you're making a metaphor, instead of saying the snow on the ground is like a white blanket, you basically say the snow on the ground is a white blanket. It is a white blanket. Okay. That's the way that you're using your poetry, your creative words. Okay. It looks like we're going to be getting some snow very soon. A large white blanket. I'm not too happy about that. I was looking forward to spring. Anyway, I digress. And then, um, so we're going to look at metaphors in a little bit. I'm going to read again from that favorite book of mine, Hailstones and Halibut Bones, to give you some examples of metaphors. And then we're going to look at haikus. Okay, haikus are a Japanese form of poetry that are 3 lines long, and the syllables are what's important with a haiku. Now, many people love writing haikus mainly because, well, they're short. Okay, but they're also somewhat challenging because what you're trying to do is you're trying to describe a specific moment in time or a specific aspect of nature in a very brief way. So you're trying to be very creative, paint this beautiful picture of something you want to write about, but you have just this little opportunity to do it in. Okay, so a haiku, again, it's 3 lines. The first line has to be 5 syllables. Mm, 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 mm. The second line has to be 7 syllables, and then the third line has to be 5 syllables again. But we'll review some examples in a moment. But first, the book that I want to read first from is Hailstones and Halibut Bones, again, one of my favorite poetry books by Mary O'Neill. We read about the color purple earlier. Today we're going to read about the color gold, but I want you to pay close attention to how it's using metaphors all the time. Okay? What is gold? Gold is a metal. Gold is a ring. Gold is a very beautiful thing. Gold is the sunshine, light and thin, warm as a muffin on your skin. Gold is the moon, gold are the stars, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, and Mars. Gold is the color of clover honey. Gold is a certain kind of money. Gold is alive in a flickering fish that lives its life in a crystal dish. Gold is the answer to many a wish. Gold is feeling like a king. It's like having the most of everything. Long time ago, I was told yellow's mother's name is gold. I'll just show you the illustrations there. Pretty cool, pretty funky. All right, but again, pay attention to some of that poem there and all the metaphors in it. Think about it. Gold is a metal. Gold is a ring, right? Gold is the sunshine. Gold is the moon. Gold are the stars. It's not saying gold is like metal. Gold is like a ring, right? Gold is like the moon. It's saying gold is, okay? So when you're using metaphors, remember you're comparing two things to make it sound to paint a beautiful picture, okay, of something, or maybe not beautiful, sorry. In some circumstances, it might be just a really cool picture, might be a very sad picture. But whatever picture you're painting, you're comparing two different things, not using the words like or as. You're basically saying it is like this. Gold is the moon. You're not saying like. Sorry, I think I just messed up there. You're not saying gold is like something. You're saying gold is something. Okay? Not using the words like or as. All right, let's move on to haiku. Now, there's a really cool book out here that I like. It's called Gaiku. All right. Now, for all the girls out there, I looked it up. I don't think there is a book called Girl Coup. So, for those of you out there who do like poetry and you want to write a Girl Coup book, hey, go for it. All right. Maybe you can get it published. Girl Coup. Sounds good to me. But here we have Gaiku. It's a haiku book for boys in a year, and it goes over the different seasons. But let me pick out a few examples. Remember, haiku is a Japanese form of poetry, 3 lines long, 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables, and we'll look at it in a second. So this first one, um, I free grasshopper. I free grasshopper. 5 syllables. Get it? If you have to, you can clap. Now, I don't have another hand available, so I free grasshopper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 syllables. From his tight 10-fingered cage. From his tight 10-fingered cage. 7. From his tight 10-fingered cage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? It is 7 syllables long. The second line. Then the last line, third line, he tickles too much. He tickles too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He tickles too much. So let me read it again without worrying about the syllables at this time. I free grasshopper from his tight 10-fingered cage. He tickles too much. I like that. It's a pretty good one. All right. Let's do another one. One more, and then I'll let you go, and you can work on your own poem today. This is a good one. Here we go. So, 3 lines, 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables. Mosquito lands on, 5 syllables. My cheek, I try to slap her, 7 syllables. But I just slap me, 5 syllables. Let's read that again without worrying about the syllables part. Mosquito lands on my cheek. I try to slap her, but I just slap me. These are humorous haikus, obviously. I just want to point out one thing, if you can see really quickly here. You see how it says mosquito lands on my cheek, and there's a period there? See, I think I just want to make clear that each line doesn't have to be a complete sentence. Your sentence, or your expression, the phrase that you're writing, doesn't have to be one phrase, another phrase, another phrase. It can go into the next line. Okay? So just making sure you're aware of that. All right. Enjoy poetry day 3 or lesson 3. And if you have any questions, just email me or Google Hangout me. All right. Make a great day.